Okay, welcome everybody to our one and usually only off-season episode where we talk free agency and trades since the last time we were here, which was what feels like like a couple months ago, but really was a couple of weeks ago, and we all know the whole story. So, in we go. I'm surrounded by one normal goober
Howdy.
and one goober that you haven't heard in a while. So.
Welcome back, Bo, to the studio.
Yeah, welcome to the studio. First and only time thus far that you've been in the studio since we've been recording. So it's
It's been a hot minute.
it's been again first time for you and a hot minute for the rest. Oh, for Jeff.
Yeah.
So welcome back. I know a lot has changed around the building, around the studio. So
That's alright.
I'm happy that we're finally able to get in here and get settled and get down to business. So. Let's jump into it. There's quite a bit that we got to go over. There's quite a bit that we got to review, both from the free agent signings and the trades and whatnot. And you guys have probably seen everything, but fuck it, you guys are getting reviews whether you want it or not.
Get our opinions on it.
So I don't know how much you've heard, whether it's from Kyle on Twitter because he's on Twitter more than
All of us.
he probably should be. That's something we'll discuss. Oh, no, I don't give a fuck. God, you. Okay. So we're actually going to start with the free agency. Well, I thought
The free agent what?
Hold on. I clicked off the wrong tab. That's probably why. That's why I was so confused. I'm going to scroll all the way down till the start of free agency. The track starts, which is where we're still going, and we're still going, and we're still going. And we're still going. Holy crap. Now, a lot of them, not minor league. There we go. So, here's July 1st. We'll scroll up, we're not going to name off, where's the cursor? There it is. We're not going to name off every single player just because this episode will be 12 hours if we try and go off and try and review. So we'll do all the major ones and we'll go from there. So I'll start first, we have two re-signings. The first one being with Florida Panthers, Tommy Nosek. 1 year league minimum. Again, not as big, but still he's a valuable player to that Florida team. Won the past couple years there. Thatcher Demko stayed in Vancouver the 3 years, $25.5 million, the $8.5 a year. That goaltender, good thing for Vancouver because that's he's a key part for that goaltending tandem, especially with Arthur Seeloss now gone. But we'll get to that later in the episode. Then we got Connor Garland with 6 years, $6 million a year for the 36 salary cap in total. Again, another key for the middle six. Another high energy, much needed player. Keeping him there to his freaking 35, which is old for a forward.
Yeah.
Or old for any professional athlete. Jeff, you want to get the next 2 of 3?
With the Islanders, Anthony D'Angelo, he signed a 1-year term, $1.75 million for the salary, and his cap is $1.75 mil. So obviously, and then the other one was Logan Stankoven, 8 years for salary cap of salary $48 million for his cap hit of $6 mil.
It's a lot of money.
Well, welcome to professional sports.
I know.
Just to think hockey's the cheapest out of all 4 major sports.
I was looking through Facebook and other social media, just NFL, NBA, MLB, and just the money is just outrageous.
Especially MLB.
MLB, NBA,
I forget where I put it. Hold on. But looking at the top 3 for the NHL, whomever the top 3 players are, they in total they get paid $164 million a year for this cap hit. For baseball, I think the highest, $168 million, or Or is it baseball or is it football?
It's football.
Either way, it's $168 million cap hit per year for one player.
And now saying Shohei Ohtani is like the most paid in the.
It's
ridiculous.
It's freaking ridiculous. But like just the comparison between the top 3 highest players in the NHL versus any other league.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Jake Allen, goaltender, staying in Jersey. 5 years, 1.8 per year for obviously a total hit of $9 million hits.
Obviously, be backing up Markstrom.
I'm not surprised because
Yeah.
Markstrom's just that dang good unless he
He
goes
is.
down, which he did for a little bit last season, if I'm not mistaken. Which Allen did great in his time. Not a starter, but he's a career backup.
Since we are on the topic, highest career.
Yeah,
NHL
for
player.
Matthews, McKinnon, McDavid.
Yeah.
Again, not surprising. So, all right, Boo. What should we got for the first major signing here on the bottom?
Brock Besser for 7 years at a salary of $50 and 3/4 million, making $7.25 million a year. God damn.
I would love to be making 7.2,
Oh,
7.25 mil.
See, they don't pay janitors that kind of money. It's really disappointing.
Yeah, with all the shit you got to put up with.
Literally. Oh my god.
Katy Perry looks like the LA Kings are going to go to the Stanley Cup Finals next year and lose with Katy Perry signing a 1 year, $2 million cap hit. Fucking 40-year-old bum.
Honestly, at this point, I would just call quits at this point for him.
What? He's 1-5
Yeah.
in Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Won the first one and lost
His
the next
rookie
five.
year in that with the Ducks.
He got so lucky with them Ducks. And then Marty Ferravari, 7 years, $6 million, 7 years for $42 million, $6 million cap hit with the Capitals.
The Capitals.
Staying in Washington, which not a superstar, but he's going to be a good mid 6'4" for the Capitals for years to come. I don't know why it's saying Vladislav Gavrikov is major signing for the Rangers, but I guess it is. 7 year, $7 million a year, $49 million for his contracts, and whatever bonus is. Joel Mora, not the same thing, but 2 years, 2.5 per. Connor Brown coming back to the East Coast.
Yep.
Former Erie boy, as Kyle would always say. Good old Brownie, 4 years, 3.3 mil a year.
I think it will be pretty solid on that. Even though he's getting older for that third line right there.
Yeah, I'm saying bottom 6'4" brings that experience that. Hey, somebody who went to the Stanley Cup final the past 2 years. Might have lost, but at least he was in the Cup final. Colin White, 1 year, league minimum, San Jose. They made a lot of pickups.
I was asking one of my because I have a coworker who's a big Sharks fan. He's been liking a lot of the pickups that they've been doing in it.
Nedeljkovic was one of them, and there's a long list that we're going to get to later on. But
I could talk more about this conversation when we talk about it more in a little bit.
Nick Cousins staying in Ottawa 1 year, $825,000. Definitely in the cheap end for him. I guess he really does think Ottawa does really want to stay in there on their leadership core, which does take kind of a big pay cut, but I guess it's for the long term, which team player right there. Tanner Jeannot, Boston, 5 year, 3.4 a year. And Capo Kakkonen going to
Montreal.
for 1 year, $1.15 million.
With the Utah Mammoth, Kaller Yamamoto signed a 1 year deal for league minimum at $75,000, and then obviously the cap hit being at $75,000 for the league minimum. Ryan Lindgren signed with the Seattle Kraken, 4 years. 18 million with the cap hit of 4.5 mil. And then another one was Big Dave Riddick.
Big Dave's save day, baby.
He signed a 1-year deal with the New York Islanders, just at $1 million. And his cap. Honestly, that's going to be a good question. Like, who's going to be now backup behind Sorokin if they don't do any mooching? Varlamov or Riddick and that now with.
And it's gonna be crap. How old is Varlamov? That's my question. Because I know he was just coming into the league. Like his big breakout season was that 08-09 season.
37.
Yeah, so he's old. I'm sorry, he's old for a goaltender.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna go back. I think Dave Riddick will get it, but like it's gonna be back and forth between them. It just depends on what they do with
Who stays hot versus who's not, and assuming they can stay healthy. I know Varlamov has had a couple of problems in years past with his hips, so that could be a big thing. And Dave Riddick, again, a journeyman backup where he's there in moments notice. He did great in LA last year.
Oh yeah,
Especially when Darcy went down, and then when Darcy came back and was struggling there for a while, Dave Riddick came.
That's why I'm honestly surprised he didn't stay in LA, because I liked that tandem of Kemper and Riddick.
It might have just been, hey, we found somebody better
maybe.
who's younger that can develop with Kemper. And
Well,
kind of step
I
in.
forget they do have Carter George coming up through the.
And we all know how good.
And Carter George is really good.
Yeah, he is phenomenal. Well, obviously he's still really young. He's not even 20 yet. So,
No.
or
Because he's going, if he doesn't obviously sign with any NCAA, like he's coming into his OA year in the OHL.
so 20 years old. I mean, he's still really young. So could definitely train well under the man of Darcy Kemper, who's good in his own sense. Moving on, Nick Bjugstad. Again, another journeyman that's been around the league a time or two. 2 years into St. Louis, a 1.75 cap hit. Ethan Bear. I think this is his third team in 5 years. With Edmonton,
And
Washington.
Carolina.
Oh, Carolina.
He was with Carolina as well.
Also, fourth team in like 6 years. Because Carolina, Washington, Edmonton, and now the Islanders, 1 year, league minimum. Turbo, I've seen a ghost. Tanev is going to fucking Utah for 3 years, $2.5 million per year.
So my question with Tanev, do you think he'll stay with Utah after that contract, or do you think he'll want to go elsewhere?
He'll stay in the league. Look at his older brother, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris is 37. He's a solid defenseman, solid first, second pair defenseman up in Toronto. Granted, it's Toronto, and the media's shit up. Well, they're great up there, but they're also toxic up there.
Well, like my big thing is because Brand, oh my god, he's already 33. So, do you think after this contract he's gonna retire? Or do you think he's gonna stay in the league a few more
It just
years?
depends on his health with injuries and that.
Jeffy beat me to it. And injuries, because like the style game that Brandon Tanev plays, it's almost like Patrick Hornquist. He's granted, Tanev is a lot better of a skater than Hornquist was. Hornquist really lived in front of the net a lot better than what Tanev does. But the style's there. Like it's just the bump batter. Like I don't care. I don't care if I get beat the fuck up. My ass is right in front of the net. I'm staying here, and I'm not afraid to throw the body around.
And for his, for being a smaller guy, like he's still.
He's
still.
He's not very big.
No.
Like he has to be like 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1" tops. He's not a big guy.
No.
6 foot.
6 foot. There we go. 6 foot. And I'm guessing 230, 240.
190. 6 foot, $190.
Again, he's a small guy for the role that he plays for what he brings to any team, regardless of the team. So
Honestly, it's a really good pickup for
Utah.
Utah.
Scrolling up, we got a couple smaller players. The next one would be Nate Smith. Again, going to Utah. They made a couple good pickups. Nate Smith just coming off his second Cup win with Florida for a 3-year, $3.5 million cap hit for a grand total of $10.5 million. JVR, damn it, Ethan, you got to be here for excitement. JVR signed a 1-year, $1 million cap hit with Detroit.
I don't know if it's me, but the ones, well, now you're going to sound really dumb, but at first I couldn't tell if that was a 1 or a 7. Just because the point on the one's really far. So, if you look, I had to look at it twice.
Moving on, Jeff Petrie going down to Florida from Montreal. 1-year league minimum, age 37. Again, one guy that's getting up there in age that is going to be around for long. Defenseman-wise, we have 2 of them going to LA. First one is Cody Ceci, 4 years, $4.5 million per. And then Brian Dumoulin, 3 years, $4 million per.
I think that's a good spot for Gooby. I think he'll do good in LA. I really do.
He did better in Jersey.
I know, but I think the change of scenery is gonna be nice.
He should have stayed in Jersey.
Think so?
I really think so. Dougie Hamilton's getting up there in age. You're gonna be. And granted, Dumoulin's not that younger either. He's 33, but again, Dumoulin would have been the nice gap between Hamilton being the number one and somebody else being their new number one. Coming from a defensive style.
Yeah. There's the why they got rid of David. Anton Forsberg signed a 2-year deal for $4.5 million salary and 2.25 of his cap hit. So that kind of makes more sense why with that signing, a little bit younger than Riddick, and have another backup to Kemper.
Johnny Druin, 2 years on the island for $4 million per year. So Tanner Pearson going to Winnipeg, 1 year, $1 million. Radek Vaska staying in Dallas for 3 years, $2 a year. Matt Murray, Stanley Cup champion. Matt Murray. Now the Pittsburgh, the one that was drafted by Pittsburgh, not the one that was drafted by Dallas. Let's keep that one in mind. Going to Seattle, 1 year, $1 million a year at the age of 31. Alex Lyon, adds more goaltending to that Buffalo system. 2 year, $1.5 per. Lars Eller making another jump, going from one nation's capital to the other. Going up to Ottawa, 1 year, $1.25 million. John Klingberg moving on from Dallas, going to the Sharks. 1 year, $4 million a year. These next couple ones, I'll let one of these guys take over because I'm talking a lot here.
Connor Dewar signed with the Pittsburgh Penguins, 1 year deal for $1.10 for salary and cap at the age of 26. Solid for. I think that's not too bad. We're getting younger. That's all that matters. Is they're getting younger.
Bottom 6. These bottom 6, and the next one I think is mid 6.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that they re-signed Philip Tomasino.
Yeah, for that one by 1.75.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad the Penguins re-signed him. Mikael Granlund is going to the Anaheim Ducks for 3 years, salary cap of $21 million and cap hit of $7 million.
Let's see, Magna Brothers going to Vegas, not surprising, moving them around. Adam Gaudette, for whatever reason, going to San Jose for 2x2. Vanacek, 1 by 1.5 to fucking Utah.
They went off too, man.
It's not like the big eye poppers, holy shit, look at them. It's these sneaky okay, we're getting a couple of players, piecing a core together. It's like the supporting cast.
That's what I said. I think they honestly are going to be very sneaky, and I think honestly, just like this year, I think they have a chance of emerging just sneaking into the playoffs. Just obviously it's still early. Obviously we're not even a few weeks, not even almost a month from the end of this past season. So
Getting dad enough, going to Jersey for one year, $1 million. Again, another one that I don't understand why it's a major signing. Ryan McLeod for a 4x5. Like, that's not a major signing. I mean, it's major for Buffalo because it's Buffalo.
Yeah.
But for the player, it's not.
Yeah.
Not saying McLeod's bad. He's not.
Well, Buffalo can definitely use that as one of their major building blocks.
They said the same thing about Jack Eichel. Look what happened.
True.
Or Evander Kane, or Ryan O'Reilly, or Eric Stahl. Shall I go on? No, because there's a lot. There's a lot.
So Buffalo kind of just basically what you're saying is they bought a Lego kit and instead of following the instructions, they just threw it all over the table and they're going to build something unique.
They throw it in front of the toddler and be like, okay, build.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
And then he built some magnificent thing and they're like, whew, you did something.
They built some piece of shit. They're like, oh, good for you.
and once again they're gonna be they're gonna be in the exact same spot as this year.
Yeah, I love watching the Florida Panthers B team get out there every year.
I said, just keep feeding them. Just keep feeding them.
The next two are Taylor Radish, 2-year, $1.5 million to the Blue Coats, and the Oilers get Andrew Mangiapane, 2-year, 3.6 cap hit per. Nicholas Abu-Kubel.
Holy Minnesota.
Yeah, they kind of went off there for a while.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Got a one at league minimum, 2-week contract for some depth. Friggin' Anthony Mantha is a Pittsburgh Penguin, and a 1-year, $2.5 million
That might
contract.
be my next Penguins jersey.
I want to see how he does. I'm kind of holding out. I'm hopeful, but I'm optimistic, but I'm biting my tongue at the same point.
But definitely a good third line.
I hope he turns into what Phil Kessel was.
Yeah.
Hopeful on the top 6, but ends up forming a line on the third line of his own.
Yeah.
Of his own. But we'll see. Tyson Jost going to Carolina, 1-year league man. Pio Joseph going to Vancouver on a 1-year league minimum. His third team in the past 2 seasons. Disappointing as ever.
Yeah.
Cody Glass going to Jersey, 2-year, $2.5 per. Mason Appleton going to Detroit, 2-year, $2.9 per. Caden Kozark, which if this is the guy that I'm thinking of, 4-year, $3.25 per. Great fourth line energy guy, much needed locker room personality that every place needs. Ty Suter stayed in St. Louis 2 for $4.13. Brett Burns, that's right, he's going to Colorado for one by one, but can receive up to $4 million after achieving bonuses, which I don't know what the bonuses are, but I'm not going to look into that.
Dmitry Orlov signed with the San Jose Sharks, 2 years, $13 million salary, and then 6.5 cap.
Nikolai Ehlers, Carolina, 6-year, $8.5 million cap hits per. There's third was
Anthony Bavelier to the Caps, 2 years, $5.5 million, cap hit 2.75.
Cam York going to Philly. Or staying in fucking Philly. 5-year, $5.15 million cap hits. Again, had enough with the playoffs, and for 1 year and went back to a non-playoff team. Jeff Skinner, San Jose, 1 year at a $3 million cap hit.
Must not like the playoffs then.
I guess not. He was like, all right, I'm out. Peace.
He's like, all right, I experienced what the playoffs are like. I don't like them. Gonna rebuild.
Winner, like top 3 winners of this free agency. San Jose, at number 3.
Yeah.
Just, I know they aren't going to be there for a couple of years, but they are adding pieces for the experience.
I said they have a very young core, so that's gonna be. They're gonna get there. I think in the coming years we'll kind of see where they'll be very in this. I think in the same spot where Utah is right now, like where they'll be like on the borderline.
Bubble. They're a bubble team for sure. Number 2, I personally think LA.
Yeah.
Although they lost Big Save Dave, they picked up Forsberg, which again, career backup. He's a good complement to Darcy Kemper, but he can step in night in, night out and be the bridge or be the support.
The times he was a starter in Ottawa at times wasn't horrible, and then obviously like for a while there when Allmark was hurt this past season, like he's really stepped up in that.
Again, not the number 1 guy that you want, but he's there if you need a good kind of like support. Again, supporting cast. And I want to keep going back to that phrase all years. He's a good. He's good for that supporting cast. And then number 1.
I personally think Utah.
Utah's been big. Seattle had a couple people as an honorable mention, but Utah really is. That Ryan Smith guy, he's been doing good for that franchise.
You can tell like just how much he actually cares about. Obviously, between owning the Jazz and then obviously now the Mammoth, like he wants to have a balance, like.
He's invested in those 2 franchises. He's invested in Salt Lake City. He's invested in that area and wants to do good.
He wants to make it where people will actually come in and
like, hey, come see what we can do. See what we can offer to this area. And obviously, it's proven to, in those 2 teams. I mean, obviously the Jazz are still going through growing pains. So are the Mammoth. Obviously the Jazz are making the playoffs as I think it's an 8th, 9th seed, but like they're making the playoffs and like they're making no pun intended leaps and bounds, rebounds, but bounds, and same thing with the Mammoth. They're getting there. So I'm excited to see the future of that area, those teams.
Yep.
3 big losers.
Do we want to say Buffalo? Or were they kind of mediocre?
and then they
made moves.
but
They may not the best, but they were making moves. Number 1 being Tampa.
Yeah.
They were quiet. They didn't really want to
I
improve.
was even going to say Ottawa as another one, too.
Yeah, Ottawa. I personally think that's an honorable mention. But
Okay.
if they think, I mean, this is your own list.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say fuck you, you're wrong. Like no, but
Yeah.
I mean, I still think you're gonna be wrong. But that's just me.
No, that's alright. That's what most people think.
But no, I have to admit that Ottawa didn't really stand out. Minnesota, Dallas, Nashville really were
Yeah.
quiet. Most of the Central, outside I think of Colorado, have been pretty quiet.
That's what I was gonna say. I was about to say Nashville just because they were just so quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, a big winner I think was Carolina picking up Nikolai Ehlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big guy to might fill you middle 6 and might bring that experience. What's going to take them over the hump of that 3rd round,
Yeah.
where they're 1-16 since since 2006. Sorry.
Well, I guess the big question I'm going to ask, with all of us being obviously Penguins fans, where do you think we stand? Where do you think the Penguins stand?
They did okay. They did okay.
If you had to say, if you had to,
Mid.
They were
1 to
they
10,
were
if you were
mid.
throwing 1 to 10.
5.
I was putting them right in the middle.
I give them a C. Like, they didn't do a lot, but they didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
And like obviously that changes. Like that grade is going to change for me once we get over to the trades.
Yeah.
Because the trades are obviously their own different aspect. A big aspect, but their own separate thing in comparison to what Kyle Dubas did on July 1st or 2nd or 3rd or leading up to, the start of free agency. All right. Now, on to love trades. I think I'm on the right page. Yes, I am on the right page here. Perfect. So, let's go back to trade deadline day. I mean, or we can even go a little bit before, because obviously we've seen those trades since. Frick, when was the last trade that we went over?
I know.
I don't.
I know we were disgusting Marner. Like I know
The potential of Marner, but he didn't go. He didn't go through yet because we were talking about free agency.
Because I know we said he would be going. I think it was.
Hold on. When did our last episode go up? That's my question. That's what I want to go to, because that will decipher how far back we go.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify right now.
The people are listening like, it's this date, you fucking morons, you should know! But I promise, we don't have the calendars up in front.
So the oops.
So I know we definitely went over...
23rd, June 23rd was the last update.
So we would have went over the Burakovsky-Volino trade.
Yeah.
We would have went over the Zegras-Poland trade.
So we're at the...
So we're
Oilers.
at... Yeah, so the Oilers pay the trade between Vancouver and Edmonton. Vancouver picks up Evander Kane, and the Oilers pick up a 24th rounder in this year's drafts, which I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure.
Doesn't matter. The draft's behind us. People want to look at the draft, so be it.
I am kind of excited to see Kane in Vancouver, though.
He got the shit beaten out of him the first day, right? He got mugged. They won. One of the first weeks he was in Vegas. Oh, not Vegas.
I did not know that. No.
Yeah. So he got mugged. I don't know if what money, but I mean he got mugged.
Yeah. Jeez.
Considering he's a broke-back bitch, but moving on. The Utah Mammoth acquired J.J. Peterka from Buffalo Sabres in return for Josh Doan and Michael Kesselring. Yes, Kessel does have 3 rings. Sorry, 3 rings.
I say.
So
I know a lot of Buffalo fans are not.
I don't blame them, because J.J. Peterka was a good player.
Yeah.
Is a good player, not was, is.
Yeah.
But obviously they got Josh Doan, like he's gonna be upcoming, so
He's a young player. Obviously, Shane Doan's son.
Yep.
Obviously, Shane Doan being a big part of the Winnipeg, Arizona franchise. And I know they were happy when they drafted Josh Doan, and now he's a Buffalo Sabre, and he went from the hot desert to Buffalo, New York, of all places.
Yeah.
We know how it's like up here in the Northeast. Going to Minnesota, 2025 4th rounder, and going to Seattle, Frederick Gaudreau. Mid-6 center.
Yeah.
Not too flashy, but nothing too bad either. Let's see.
Noah Dobson going to the Montreal Canadiens, and while the Islanders receive ML Hedman, obviously a
And then,
player.
I was gonna say-
they were 2 first-round draft picks.
Picks number 16 and 17 in that year's draft. Trade between Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Buffalo receives Connor Timmins and Isaac Bolivier, and Pittsburgh receives Connor Clifton and a 2025 second-round pick, which I'm happy about.
that one wasn't bad.
Yeah, Connor Clifton's a big body defenseman. Can lay down a couple hits if he wants, but otherwise a big defenseman.
Yeah, that one I actually was really happy about.
Again, if Ethan was here, he'd be excited. He'd be something I can't say on the air. But the Anaheim Ducks received goaltender Peter Mrazek, a 4th rounder in 26, and a 2nd rounder in 27, and the Detroit Red Wings acquired goaltender Jonathan Gibson.
Gimme.
Ethan would be lost his mind when he realized this trade. Lost his mind. He was so happy that Detroit got Johnny Gibson.
Gimme.
Again, another goaltender in the long line of goal. CBY loves his goaltender. He loves his backhand. Considering he was that sounds really wrong. coming out of my mouth. But he loves the defense. He loves the blue line. He loves the blue crease. Like,
Hey, better the front end than the back end.
I understand because he was a big defenseman. He understands defense first. But John, moving on. Let's see. And then he goes off and trades away Vladimir Tarasenko to the Minnesota Red Wings. The Minnesota Wild.
The Minnesota Red Wings.
Yeah,
cool. That's my new favorite NBA team.
The swinger for the Minnesota Red Wings.
Yeah.
Vladimir Tarasenko goes to Minnesota. Detroit gets future considerations. Thank you, future considerations, for all you've done for the Minnesota franchise.
Another one. Oh, you skipped one on.
Oh yeah, that
one. The Nashville Predators received Nicholas Hag from the Vegas Golden Knights, and return the Vegas Golden Knights get Jeremy Lawson and Colton Sissons.
Golden Scissors. Here's the big trade that happened. That we were talking about in the last episode. Keep in mind. I'll actually get into this. The Toronto Maple Leafs acquire centerman Nicholas Waugh in lieu of Mitch Marner going to Vegas. Now, keep in mind, before getting traded, Mitch Marner signed an 8-year, $64 million contract with with Toronto, before it's being shipped over. Because of the new CBA rule, you can sign with the team that drafted you for 8 years, $64 million versus 7 years, $64 million. And there's a lot of stuff that I don't know the rules about quite yet. All I know is you can only sign an 8 by 8 with the team that drafted you. So hence why he signed with Toronto first before getting shipped off to Vegas. And I completely understand because, eight a year sounds a hell of a lot better in the cap hit than, say, 12.3 something a year. Especially in the cap hit for Vegas, who is known for going over it and known for abusing that LTIR.
I said they can no longer abuse that long term the LTIRs because that's starting this upcoming season. They can. The LTIR is like kind of like banned or like whatever.
Which is good because again they've been known.
Yep.
Mr. Mark Stone. Oh, did I say that out loud?
And obviously, with that, Petrangelo won't be able to go on that because he'll be out for the whole season. So.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. The Edmonton Oilers get a 5th round of 27 and in exchange, the Boston Bruins get Victor Arvidsson. Oh, this is draft day, by the way. That trade started draft day. Sam Lafferty going to Chicago again for 26, a 6th round and 26 going to Buffalo. This trade was the one that really good. I'm disappointed. San Jose receives Alex Nedeljkovic in lieu for Pittsburgh receiving a 3rd round and 28. I'm disappointed.
We gave them the wrong goalie.
Again, I'm going to stand by this opinion. Ned wasn't the long-term solution. He wasn't. But he definitely was a great bridge. He was a great relief. Like, hey, you're a good backup. Be our backup. Teach us the next. Teach Blomqvist or another goaltender.
So there's a lot of really good.
They teach these goaltenders how to tend the goal the right way.
Unlike Jari.
If you're as the wonderful Steve Dangle would say, if you aren't thou a goaltender, thou better tend the goal or something like that. I don't know. Either way, tend the goal.
I was because my coworker is a Sharks fan. I told he's like, "Did you hear about the trade?" I'm like, "No," and because I was working there. He's like, "We got Nedeljkovic." I'm like, I gave him that one. I'm like, man. I'm like, we gave you the wrong goalie. And he just
take it back. Take it back. We'll give you Jari. Actually, we'll give you Jari and $3 million.
That's what I said. So like, we should have given you Jari's.
Damn. Big trade, July 1st again. Keanu Miller going to Carolina. In lieu, the Rangers get Scott Morrow, a 1st round in 26 and a 2nd round in 26.
Wow.
No, Morrow. Don't give me that look. You're the one who said it. Kind of prospect for prospect. Eisenhower going to Edmonton.
Yeah.
Sam O'Reilly going to Tampa.
Yeah, I don't know if O'Reilly's away this year with the Knights or what.
He was.
He was.
He was
That's
away.
right. He was away this past year. I had to think there for a second.
And then 3 more trades between July 10th and, as of recording, at 9 o'clock on 9 o'clock Eastern on the 13th, we got Dallas acquires Vladislav something Russian in exchange for Matt.
Kolachinook?
Bless you.
Yeah.
In exchange for Matt Dumba and a 28, a second rounder in 28, which I'm not excited. I'm not depressed, but I'm happy that we got more out of a prospect. We didn't give up too much for this trade, as a Penguins fan, but that's a 31-year-old with a $3.5 million cap hit.
That's the only issue I had with what is just taking on now that contract that Dumba is bringing over. So
Again, it's a year, so I'll hold off, and I hope Dumba proves me wrong.
yeah,
I hope this is his 4th team since joining the league. Minnesota, Arizona, Dallas, and now Pittsburgh.
other than the contract, it's okay. Like I'm not.
I'm not holding my breath.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not holding my
Well,
breath.
where do you think they'll put him? Do you think they'll put him with Letang? Do you
He'll,
think they'll
he'll
put
be
him?
on like second, third pairing.
Assuming that Letang isn't healthy, keep that in mind. Because
Yeah.
remember, he just off-season surgery, I think.
Mm.
So assuming that Letang is healthy, yes, Jeff's right, second or third pairing. But assuming Letang isn't healthy, assuming we dump Carlson off somewhere, he's going to be that first pairing. Second, if we don't lose Carlson.
Yeah.
But we don't want to put Carlson, Letang, or a combination of Carlson, Letang, or Dumba on the same pairing.
Yeah.
They each get their own pairing. They have to get their own pairing. Second and last one happened on the 11th. Henry Thrun. It makes me sound like Mike Tyson. Henry Thrun. Henry Thrun going to Toronto. Ryan Reeves going to San Jose. Big bad right Revo.
Honestly, I actually did really like that pickup from the Sharks. You think you have Ryan Reeves who will stand up for
The young
for Will
guys.
Smith, Misa, and celebrating he will be the guy that so they obviously aren't the ones.
Like you don't mess with them. You go through me to mess with them kind of person.
So honestly, I really do like that,
Yeah.
having an enforcer.
And not only the young guys, like somebody like Tyler Toffoli, who has been a mentor to these young guys, especially celebrating Smith. Like you don't realize, like he's invited, Toffoli's invited celebrating Smith into his home with his family. Come have dinner with us. Come be part of our family, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that those Revo will play his game, so those guys can play their game. Let them do all the fancy handwork, the foot fairies.
And
He's not even paying attention.
just leave.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Oh, they're talking to Jeffy.
No, the foot fairies are your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's because I've had 11 surgeries.
I said just let Reeves let him deal with the hits and let him do the whole.
Let Reeves play his game so the young guys could play their games.
Yeah, I think that was actually a really solid pickup from
Yeah.
the Sharks.
Yeah, that was a smart pickup. And last, but certainly not least, the trade that happened the day of recording. Vancouver receives Chase Stillman and a 4th rounder in 27, and Pittsburgh receives goaltender Arthurs Seeloffs, which is an okay pickup. He's really talented for how inconsistent he is.
Oh. So he's another Tristan Jerry.
No,
No.
Jari is not talented. He's inconsistent, yes, but he's not talented.
I'm trying to give the man a compliment.
It's just gonna be. It's just now kind of curiosity, with how many goaltenders Pittsburgh has in their system, it's obviously Blomqvist. I think he's gonna be coming up here within he more likely will see. He'll more likely see.
See some more NHL time.
He'll probably at some point he will see some NHL at some point this year, because obviously that's if Jari's not.
If Jari's gonna be Jari.
Pretty much like, but it'll be just kind of curious like how the goaltending is gonna be with Pittsburgh, just because all of them are actually doing pretty good. Between
Minus Jari.
minus,
See, if you take Jari out of the equation, they're all great.
yeah,
If you put him into Jari into the equation,
because
that's
yeah, because they've been pretty good in Wheeling and then obviously in
in Wilkes.
yeah. So it's just now it's gonna be kind of interesting seeing who's gonna be battling to come up first and be that.
I'm sorry, I'm seeing flashbacks.
I know.
All right. So, winners and losers. Big three winners. San Jose.
Yeah. I think
San Jose, I think, is the top one.
I think they nailed it both in free agency and trades.
Detroit
Yeah.
and Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas being that top guy acquiring the top guy of free agency of the trade, being Mitch Marner.
Yep.
You know, not saying Minnesota is a winner. Minnesota's they're an honorable mention because they got Tarasenko.
They're an HM. Minnesota's definitely a big HM.
Yeah, Minnesota's a big HM. Utah's a big HM. Seattle's a big HM. The Rangers, I forgot about the Carey Trance. I mean, Anaheim's up there, but I mean, it's freaking Chris Kreider. He's old. Vancouver's up there because they got Evander Kane. Again, like Bobo said earlier, it'd be nice to see what he can do out there in Vancouver compared to what he,
What he's done with
Edmonton.
Yes, Edmonton. Thank you.
Big losers. Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo losing JJ Paterka and losing Sam Lafferty. I know Lafferty wasn't it. Oh no. Yeah, Sam Lafferty was in Buffalo. I know Lafferty wasn't a big player in Buffalo, but
No.
again, locker room. So Buffalo, I think, is one of the bigger losers. The Islanders haven't done anything. Again, Tampa really hasn't done anything. I mean, I know the Islanders really they won it in the draft, but they lost it in free agency and trades.
Because I think they were just so focused on the draft more than.
And I get it. Like this was a big year draft wise for the Islanders.
Yep.
Really build the cornerstones. Really create an identity. Use this next year to really bulk up the trade values of some of the core pieces that are around, and then next year really hit it hard. So I'll cut them some slack, but at the same point, I don't want to cut them too much slack. So, it's kind of a wait and see. Again, Tampa really didn't do anything. No. Florida didn't need to do anything, considering most of the core is coming back. So
yeah. Obviously, they had to make some moves just due to the cap and stuff like that, but
nothing like
I don't
stands out.
Yeah, they honestly didn't need to do anything. Just
what else? Yeah, not really a whole lot of other news.
No.
Let's see. Let's go back through the chat. See what else there is.
What about the possible save of the year that you guys said?
No.
That's just a cool highlight, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't even know what league that's in, junior league, whatever it was. Still was pretty damn cool though.
Tyler Johnson announcing his retirement. Played for all of Tampa, Chicago, and Boston. Pretty young, I think he's 32. 33. Oh no, 34, sorry. goes Otis.
He's like, let me in.
Let me in. Let me in!
What is that from? Oh my god!
I'll show you the video of it.
Yeah, I don't-
I know exactly
Yeah.
what that's from.
Okay. It was. I remember this. I don't remember the show, but I remember the skit. Was the
Eric Andre, the Democratic song.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Like I said, I'll pull that up here in a couple minutes. All right.
I thought it was kind of interesting that Colin sent us. Like, it was Corey Perry, Brett Burns, and obviously LeBron James are the only three active athletes left from their respective 2003 drafts. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Let's see. Honestly, not a lot. I mean, most of the stuff we went over last episode.
Yeah,
gosh.
not too much.
Other than Matthew friggin' Schaefer's going to the Islanders, officially number one overall. Congrats, Matty. Obviously, completely broke down when he put on the jersey and kissed the cancer ribbon on his left shoulder. Understandably so, you know. So Matthew Schaefer.
And obviously Malcolm Spence is going to be going to the New York Rangers. So
I'm so pissed that he didn't go to Pittsburgh.
I am so many chances the Penguins could have picked him and they didn't.
Yeah,
I knew his like he dropped a line in the draft, but I didn't expect him to drop that much in the draft.
Yeah, I'm disappointed at how far he really drops. But I don't know what else we could.
But yeah, but that was awesome for emotional moment for Schaefer and all that. So it was kind of
Good for Schaefer, but
Yeah.
I don't really have a whole lot else.
neither do I.
Neither do I.
All right, well, let's just wrap it up here.
Yep.
Kind of a short and awkward thing, but you know, it's what we do.
I said it's our
Short and
normal-
awkward. Well, some of us are short and awkward, right, Jeff? Kyle ain't here, so
I'm just tall and awkward.
you're just stupid.
Yo, awkward, stupid. Same thing.
No, they're not.
Almost one exactly.
Corky. We used to say.
Porky the pig.
Corky.
I can't. If I would be able to stammer, I would do a Porky Pig.
I'm happy we're not, because that'd be copyright infringement, and we can't do that on the air.
Fine.
Before we say something else stupid, we're the Buckbusters. We'll see everybody, hopefully see everybody at the start of season 6.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.